It's our final segment here on the Screen Team as we get ready to finish things up, and I've got my lovely wife with me to review this next film. It's called Before I Wake, and it's one of those movies that is exclusive to Netflix. If you're a Netflix subscriber, you're on the streaming, boom, this one you can check out anytime you like. And Before I Wake, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, this one looks scary. Let's get the wife on it. So,
I didn't know anything about it either. You okay, babe?
I choked a little bit there. Woo! All right. So Before I Wake, this is a great start to the review, by the way. Before I Wake, do you like it? Do you not like it?
I do like it. I thought this was a cool surprise.
It was for me, too. I was really surprised. I was like, I figured that you might like it, but I was like, looks like a generic, typical horror movie that we see now in the 2000s, but it was so much more.
So much different than what I expected.
Yeah, so let's set up the scene. We've got this family, middle-aged couple, and they're getting ready to foster a young little boy who's, I don't know,
7 or 8.
Somewhere around there. And we find out that they have a lot of struggles in their life previously. They had a son. The son passed away due to tragic circumstances, correct?
Yes.
So they're ready to get back into it, want to be parents again, and they foster this young boy. And we find out early on that this little boy has been through the system a lot. Like a lot of young children.
Yes.
So at first, that didn't seem to be any red flags anywhere because, that happens quite a bit. So
the first red flag actually is when you meet the little boy and he is sweet.
How is that a red flag?
Southern tea.
How is that?
Because you already know that there's a problem.
Because he's so sweet?
Because of the opening scenes with the previous family.
Right.
So you're already set up for tragedy and uncomfortable horror. It's more like they give you a.
They don't show it, but they make you
give
feel
you this awful scene where the boy's life is in danger, basically, and it's very uncomfortable. But you don't get the scene. I mean, like Chris said, you don't see the uncomfortable thing. You just get to envision it.
And you're made to feel it, though.
But then you meet the couple, and you learn about them, and then you meet the boy. And he is, like I said, sweet as Southern tea.
And he's special, too.
Nobody knows how he's special until he falls asleep.
And when he falls asleep, I feel like to go on with this review, we got to give a little bit away.
So we're going to give you some spoilers?
Just spoiler for the next 20 seconds, okay?
Okay.
This little boy, he has the ability to project dreams into reality. Is that right? Visions?
Somewhat, yes. It's almost like he projects a hallucination to whoever's nearby. And, I mean, I guess we've already said this part, that you can see butterflies dancing in the room. And they don't know where the butterflies come from. They don't know why.
Yeah.
But then as the boy is there for a couple of nights more, they also learn that he is trying to stay awake. And he won't say why, but she confiscates his caffeine cache. He's got this box. He's got stuff in it. And you're like, how does a kid like this know about the ways to stay awake and why? But he loves butterflies, and he's got a book about butterflies. The butterflies appear in the living room, downstairs, in front of the foster parents.
And I love those scenes with the butterflies. I know the CGI is a little fakey, but it still resonates beauty to me.
It does. It's very simple in its presentation, but at the same time, you accept it because it's easy.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
What'd you think about the performances? I'm not the biggest Thomas Jane fan or the young lady who played the mom, but I thought both of them were really, really good in this film.
They were easy to watch in these roles. Very easy. I think that even so, the mother especially, because she takes things many steps further in trying to control his dreams and get what she desires most out of those dreams, which is reconnecting with their lost son.
Yeah.
And the steps that she takes are what starts to make the movie very intense.
Kate Bosworth is the lady's name.
The young boy that we're talking about was also featured in The Room.
Yeah.
And Wonder.
Yeah, Jacob Tremblay.
He is incredible already.
Like, you watch him and you're like, I want to adopt that kid.
Yes, absolutely. But with everything, there is always a dark side.
Yeah.
And when you start to learn the dark side of this movie, it's troubling and it's startling. And there are some really good jump scares that happen.
There was one that
the
got
reveals.
me. There was one that got me. I was just watching and I'm like, okay, a jump scare is coming, and I forgot. And then it came. I was like, oh my goodness.
Controlled timing is really good.
Yeah,
The direction of the movie is done really well. Is it an Academy Award-winning movie?
No.
Probably not, but it was worth watching, and it's something that if I was ever flipping through and couldn't find anything else to watch, I might watch it again, you know?
I really enjoyed a lot of the originality in this film, and I can't
The storyline.
I can't say a
There's so
lot of
much,
it
yeah.
because I don't want to give a lot away. But it was refreshing to see a horror film. And you know what? We keep calling it a horror film. I think people who are into horror, if they're going to watch this film and be like,
it's not a
horror
slash and hack
Right.
movie, okay? It's no Jason
Right.
or Freddy or none of that other stuff that I grew up with, but
Yeah.
It's got some scares. I wouldn't let Luke see it. You
Yeah.
know, I wouldn't let any little
It's
ones
rated
see it. That
PG-13.
can handle scary movies.
Yeah. One other point that I really liked about this movie was the score. When you see the projections the little boy's doing for the his parents, I was watching it. I'm like, sounds like a Tim Burton film. And Danny Elfman,
Yes.
who has worked with Tim Burton forever, he did those scenes. So I had it was very magical, very
You had a
fantasy
familiarity with it.
Yeah, so I thought that was really, really cool. I was really surprised by this. I definitely enjoy it. Before I Wake.
And I would say also that the ending is something that you will wait for anxiously, and it's worth waiting for.
I agree. It's a very, very good film. It's called Before I Wake, and it's one of those that you can only find on Netflix. So if you got a Netflix subscription, you can stream it anytime you like. So definitely give it a go if you're searching, or at least put it in your queue. It's definitely worth it. We have got, what do we got? We've got nothing. We're done. End of the show. That's it, man. We're done. Sabrina, as always, man, I love reviewing movies with you.
I love you too.
Love it, man. So thank you so much for being on the show. We'll be back next Saturday, hopefully, right here, same time, 6 p.m. We are the Screen Team. And remember, we want you to know
Before you go.